Hey y'all, welcome back to Johnny's Corner. Good to see ya. I know the lighting's not that great, but as long as you can hear what I'm saying, we're good, right? So, this is a weird random collection of 3 movies I'm going to do. They're all science fiction movies. I mean, one could be considered post-apocalyptic, not too far away from science fiction, but in the day it was, and that would be Cyborg. Jean-Claude Van Damme. We got the weird guy from, what was that movie? Patrick Swayze, Keanu Reeves, Point Break. And you got that guy, he's there. You know when they run into that house with all those crazy surfer guys? They get beat up on the beach. Gary Busey saves his ass. Anyways, when they took over that house, remember at the end when the guy's fighting them with the crazy eyes and the hair, and he's fucking jacked out of his mind, and he's fucking trying to kill him with a lawnmower? Yeah, he's the villain in this. It'd be nice if I knew his name. Vincent Klein? I don't know. Dale Haddon? Who knows? But anyways, great movie. Jean-Claude Van Damme. I remember watching this movie when I was like in grade 7. And I went to my buddy Kareem's house, and he was this huge, I don't know what his background is, can't remember. And just this huge guy, and you know, I was just this little kid, and we met in baseball, and he was our pitcher. And this guy, we were doing underhand softball, and this guy was throwing rockets. Like, we couldn't be beaten. We just annihilated every team because no one could hit off him. And like the parents would get pissed and be like, because he's a stud. Like, get better. And then we played this team in the finals, and we were the poor team with like eccentric Johnny with the fake tattoo, and Kareem, the guy from Thorncliffe, and then fucking all these other bum kids that were skinny and weak. And then we play this team, which is really like, I'm talking about like Toronto in a rich neighborhood team, and you know they were called like the rich kids or some shit. And they had these beautiful black jerseys, all brand new, like some rich dad paid for everything. Had all the best players. It was like corrupt in Little League, you know? And like, they had the black kid who was like super fast and could pound it out the park. And, you know, our ghetto team with the brown guy, Kareem's brown, but he's huge. He was a man when we were like 12. He was already like 25-year-old man. So this guy's throwing these shots. We're playing this competition, tournament, sorry, I guess you would call it the whatever, and they couldn't hit. All the best hitters, you got all the best kids, you fucking played the game, should have won, and he struck them all out. I'd be sitting in the fucking outfield like flicking off dandelion heads, like, you know, once in a blue moon, like a line drive would come, or a pop fly, and maybe let one run in, and it was because of me. But other than that, like, Kareem killed them all. Anyways, the reason why I brought up that whole silly story was because me and Kareem were hanging at his house, and like, we were still friends later, you know, even after puberty and shit, we were still friends. And I came to his new place in Scarborough, and we were watching TV, you know, chilling. We'd steal his dad's weed, and fucking Cyborg came on, and we just fucking loved it. It's like this post-apocalyptic world. This guy's running around, everyone's trying to kill him. He's got a knife in his boot, switchblade knife in his boot. He's doing spin kicks and slitting throats. Like, what's not to love? Jean-Claude Van Damme, we saw him in Bloodsport, saw him in Kickboxer, and then we see him in this, on fucking the Superstation, you know, in 93, or whatever the fuck it was. And it was fucking awesome. And I loved it, and we fucking loved the shit out of that. I loved it so much I had to bring it and show my brother, and eventually he saw it and he loved it. So, just a great movie because no one paid for it, no one liked it, it bombed. It was the same guy who did a bunch of movies like Nemesis, and you know, this Filipino director who did a lot of eccentric movies that I love. And a lot of times the corporations that were paying for these movies would edit out his stuff because it was too risque. But this one, they let him go full throttle. And you know, it's like a hidden gem. I remember my friend, Mr. Smith, He told me, he was like, I played him this movie, and he was like, that's, you know, it's fucking ghetto as shit, but it's a hidden gem, you know, and it was awesome. So you got the cyborgs, you got the hunters, you got the, I forget what they call them, but they call them like hunters or something, and so you got the good guys that you can hire as bodyguards, and then you got like the slackers or the slicers, I can't remember, but it's Albert Pyun film, and he really did a great job. There's an insane rainfall last fight. There's Jean-Claude gets captured by these guys at some point. They leave him to die. They fucking leave him up on the cross, you know. Forget the name of that. And which is pathetic because my mom used to be a minister, but they give him like a resurrection, and he survives and he comes back. They steal his girl. The only reason he's after these guys is because they stole his little girl, who was like his stepdaughter. Like he was taking care of his family. They call him a slayer. I don't know. And yeah, it's horrific. Like there's some fucked up scenes in this where it's like, fuck, that's dark. But yeah, Canon Video, Canon and Globus, they've done so many great hits. If you're a fan of my show, you're a fan of Canon Global. Anyway, Cyborg, Chainmail. I like this world! Great movie. Alright, now we're going to get into Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator. The one that started it all. The one that started it all. One ring to rule them all. So you got... you've been pushing too many pencils. Haha, I heard about you. You got Arnold Schwarzenegger, you got the guy from fucking Carl Weathers from fucking Rocky, you got, what's his name, Joel Silver and John McTiernan collaborating on this great film. You got Joel Silver production. Speaking of Van Damme, he was the original guy who was casted as the Predator, and they were put him in this weird fucking bird suit, and he kept being annoying, and he wasn't tall enough. So they're like, we'll get the guy from Alien, this giant black guy. So he played Predator way better. But anyways, the reason why Jean-Claude Van Damme even had a career was because he went up to Golan and Global and he said, hey, I'm the new villain in the new Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Predator. I'm the villain. And they're like, what? You're the villain? Oh, we better get this guy. They signed him to like a 10-film deal, $60,000 a film. And then they realized, you were in a fucking suit. And then he lost the role. They already signed the contract, so that's why he did Cyborg, Lionheart, Kickboxer, Bloodsport, all under Canon Global, a bunch more. And yeah, he owes his career to just having the shot at getting this role. So, good job, Jean-Claude. So, long story short, you got Jesse Ventura, you got crazy native guy who was the villain in many prison movies. You got Carl Weathers, fucking pushing pencils. No, I'm coming with you. Rocky. You got Arnold Schwarzenegger, fucking everything. And then you got the guy who played the alien in Aliens, playing the Predator, walking around, giant man, rest in peace. Lawrence Gordon, produced by, you got Jim Thomas, who wrote it with John Thomas, two brothers. And CBX Fox release, 20th Century Fox. Music by Alan Silvestri, which I have to note, the music in this is undeniable. When they start using music that isn't this in the other movies, it sucks. The reason why I'm doing Predator today is because I heard Prey was awesome, so please don't tell me anything about it. I can't wait to watch that. And we're gonna have me some fun. We got Bill Duke. We're gonna have me some fun. We're gonna have me some fun. A lot of other good side characters. The chick in this is good. Get to the chopper! There's so many good lines. The Predator scenes. It's awesome. Who doesn't like this film? Oh yeah, my ex-girlfriend from 10 years ago. She hated it. But anyways, I love it. All that matters. And this time Schwarzenegger is the prey, is the line. And I love how it says that because the new movie is called Prey. So I'm thinking the new one's going to be in homage to the first. We had a lot of different ones in there. Number 2 was great with Danny Glover. I fucking love it. Gary Busey, awesome. I even think John C. McGinley might be in that. A lot of good guys. Bill Paxton's in that. That other Spanish chick, she's great. And yeah, 1, 2, flawless. Predators, horrible. Alien vs. Predator, didn't like it first time. Watched it in theaters. Hated the ending. Like, here, take this thing and fight with me. But now I'm starting to like it. It's growing on me. Lance Henriksen, can't go wrong. Aliens and Predator. And so there was always that thing where people say, like, Bill Paxton's the only guy that got killed by a Terminator, a Predator, and an alien. And I'm like, what about Lance Henriksen? Woo! Now, to be fair, Lance Henriksen only got killed by the Predator years later in Predator 2. So at the time, it was only Bill Paxton. But yeah, fun fact there. Predator, best part of this movie, definitely when it's one-on-one. He's crawling through the mud. He's got to pull out those Rambo techniques. Definitely a homage to Rambo there. And just all the great Navy SEALs and Guerrilla and the Green Berets. But fuck, Predator. Original copy. I got other copies, but that's the good ones. That's when you see it through the alien's eyes. Awesome. Alright, last one for this video. How can I talk about sci-fi? I'm not going to talk about one of the most original science fiction films that blew me away as a child, and still to this day is my favorite. I mean, 1, 2, and 3, I consider them one movie, even though they're called 3, 4, 5. Or sorry, 4, 5, 6. But yeah, the first 3 movies that came out were the best. A New Hope is one of those movies I can watch all day, every day, and just feel at peace. Just really well done. Great cinematography with those little squeeze shots and top shots. It's got that old school feel. Great set design. Great otherworldly creatures. Getting a nobody. Mark Hamill was a nobody. He was perfect. Innocent. Played the role perfectly because he was that role. He was an innocent kid. Harrison Ford, no one really knew who he was. This made him a star. He was a carpenter on the set of the movie. Like, fuck that, put this guy in. He looks like a real man. You know, he's got all these fucking weak guys auditioning for this role. He's like, no, I want a real guy, you know? You got Princess Leia, you know, Carrie Fisher, and it's just like, she did great. I don't know who plays Chewie. Gotta give it up for George Lucas, his masterpiece, his idea, his film. It's just, it was such a good time to be filming these kind of movies with budget. You got a little bit of a budget. There was a lot of science fiction, like post-apocalyptic movies coming out. They were shit. You got R2-D2, C-3PO. It won 6 Academy Awards. Let's just say that. You know, no one ever saw anything like this. No one ever wanted to line up in a theater before this. It was a fantastic, beautiful film. Space creatures, they say that around here. Like, they don't know what they're talking about. It's just before its time when it came out. And, yeah, writer-director George Lucas killed it. So, just a beautiful film. I'll get into all the films. I have them all, obviously. But A New Hope was, you know... I'll put it this way, if Empire Strikes Back came out first and then A New Hope came out second, may not make sense to you, but I'm sure A New Hope would be regarded as the best of all time. It's just, Empire Strikes Back had a lot of good scenes, made a lot of good points, it had a lot of good animatronic and special effects, and like swooping around the carriers and the fight scene and the woolly mammoth. I mean, they had a budget then, but when this came out, no one believed in George Lucas, and the fact that it still tested time, to this day, it's still great. You got to give it up for New Hope, and yeah, New Hope definitely my favorite. This is an original copy, worth a lot of money. I will never sell it. Take it out of my dead cold hands. Anyways, that's it. That's all I got. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time on Johnny's Corner. See you later. Ciao for now.